Hi, and welcome back to the second part of Get to Know the Boys episode. In this one, we're gonna be reacting to the Generation C clips or little films that they put up from each member and one that has every member in it. One of you guys recommended that, or I think a couple of you guys recommended that, so that's why we're doing this. I think it's also really dope because, it's another kind of informative way to get to know the members a little better. I think I already explained how this whole thing works in my first part, so we're just gonna go ahead and react to every little clip from the Generation C clips. We're gonna start really easy actually. We're just gonna go how they uploaded the films, and I hope that's the best way to do it. Just gonna go ahead and jump right in with the one with I think all the members in it, the main one.
사람들이
Ooh,
저를
okay.
보통 착하다고 하는데 그냥 착하기만 하면
That's
필요 없잖아요.
that Juyeon. Right, that's Juyeon. I was really oh wait, is it Juyeon? But yeah, it's Juyeon. Because I was like, he's really familiar because we watched the Unhelpful Guide already, and I did some digging already myself, just a little bit. But now I'm confident. I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. New. Okay, I'm very sensitive. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell that he's more a sensitive, bright guy. Don't get nobody wrong. That's he's isn't he the leader? Simple, I tend to be positive. Sangyeon, yeah.
그리고 우리 잘 될 거예요. 진짜. 꿈이요? 저는 꿈이 굉장히 구체적이에요.
Damn, he has a good jawline. What the hell?
가수로서의 가장 높은 곳이
That's a singer.
빌보드잖아요. 빌보드에나 한번 찍어야 되지 않아요?
Hawkins. Damn, that's a name. Hawkins.
되게 밝아요, 성격
So
자체가.
it's very bright.
근데 마냥 그렇지만은 않다. 마음 한켠에는 모든 사람에 대한 서운함, 서러움이
Wow. That's
I think many people assume Kevin to be a happy guy, but there's more to Kevin than that.
So we need to talk about Kevin. Damn, that hair.
근데 저는 질투를 할 때 차가워져요.
Younghan. Gosh, I have to remember names. Come on, Lorena.
He's just always smiling. He's always laughing.
Jacob.
I want to get mad when I want to.
Wanna be angry?
항상 감정을 숨기는 편인데 이제 조금 솔직해지려고요. 놀랄 때가 있어요. 조금 많이 조금?
Cute.
저는 제가 스스로 열등감
Son
같은
Woo.
걸 느낄 때 거기서
Gosh, bro, you just look way too handsome. What the hell?
더 도끼가 오히려 생기더라고요. 어쨌든 저를 가장 가까이서 제일 많이 경험하고 보는 저잖아요.
저는 할 말은 하는 성격입니다. 손해를 보더라도 그걸 참으면 저 독이 된다고 생각하기 때문에 저는 할 말은 해요.
Sassy Hyunjin speaks out.
We want to be honest in our voice.
Okay. So first of all, I like this whole idea with letting them voicing out other parts of themselves that they maybe don't show that often, or maybe aren't that known to the fans, and be like, hey, I'm not just dad, I can also be dad or dad. Then the second thing is, it just happened way too fast for me, so I couldn't really always read the subtitles because I was so focused in my head being like, who's that one again? And then the name popped up and I was like, oh damn, yeah, right. Oh damn, right, yeah, right. So that's why I was like trying to remember names. I'm so bad in remembering names, so I'm so sorry about that. But I really like this whole identity film concept that they have right here. So without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into the first solo Generation C film, which is from 현재.
Take one. 좋아. 클로즈업 했죠.
Is it zoomed in? Now it's zoomed in.
여생각한 솔직함?
Does
뒤에서 할 수 있는 걸 앞에서
Yep.
할 수 있는 게 솔직하다고 생각했어.
Okay, that was him. Okay.
편이어서 이제
Point.
이득을 많이 못
That is-
챙기는 스타일인 것 같아요. 다른 사람들 대면에서
Yeah, there are
좀
moments
때문에
where
좋진 않죠. 그게.
it could
이
be too
뒤에서 다
much,
원해요.
or you have to be
근데 앞에 나만 얘기하는
not so frank.
그래서 약간 정의롭다 해야 되나? 왜 머리를 잡으세요? 저는 어렸을 때부터 제가 되게 정이 넘친다고 생각했어요. 그러니까 불의를 보면 못 참아요. 불의를 못 참고 싸우는 적도 많은 것 같아요. 실수요? 공개적으로 항상 제가 먼저 나서서 얘기하니까 항상이죠. 뭐 실수라기보다는 실수도 하죠. 저는 그렇게 생각 안 하지만 다른 사람들이 봤을 때 제가 좀 약간 예의가 없네? 라고 느낄 수 있다고도 말씀해 주셨어요. 그래도 70%는 오해입니다. 제가 막
Yeah, because we're just too
친하니까 편하게
too
하다
used
보니까
of people
그런
telling us
실수들을
what we want to hear. So if someone
항상 오해해요.
says to your face, "Hey, that's not cool," or "That doesn't look good," you already feel attacked.
혼자서 이제 왜 그랬지?
So
되돌리고 싶다.
we rather want to hear lies,
너무
basically,
사람이 이상하게
and hear what we want to hear instead the brutal truth, even though that would be better. So I get him really well.
그걸 참으면 더 독이 된다고 생각하기 때문에 좀 할 말을
Exactly.
해요. 되게 제가 제 입으로 이렇게 말하긴 그렇지만 투명한 사람이거든요. 보이는 게 솔직히 다인 사람이라서 비밀 없는 것 같은데요.
I can tell he's a pretty open book, basically, because like he said, he's someone who always say it, so it's important to then be that person too, and not just, say that you're really honest, but then have a lot of secrets. Next up, we got Sunwoo. Wow, that's really fast. I thought he's gonna be the last one, but since I'm going upwards, it makes sense. So they did those videos themselves. That's cool. That's really
제가
cool.
고등학생 때 이제
Okay.
가수를 꿈꿔오면서 좀 이제 미래에 대해서 생각하고 그러는데 제가 생각했던 21살의 제 모습과 지금 제 모습은 달라요. 그때 정말 그냥 막연하게 생각했던 것 같아요. 다 공개하고 말하자면은 지금의 제 모습이 상상했던 제 모습보다 작죠. 뭐 이뤄낸 것들 그렇고 지금의 저는 솔직히 말하자면 아직 제가 생각한 것까지 반의 반도 못 갔기 때문에
He's one who has big
아직도 저는
big
제가
things that he wants to achieve.
될 수 있을까?
I can feel that from him right away.
가장 많이 느끼는 감정이 열등이거든요. 열등감을 굉장히 많이 느껴요.
I think we're really similar in that way, having big
열등을 느끼게 하는 그런 존재들이
things that you want to achieve and not getting there right away when you want it, and then feel a little bit disappointed in
그
yourself.
열등에서 나오는 감정들이 저를 밑으로 떨어뜨리지 않아요. 그냥 그 사람이 하는 음악들, 그 사람이 뭐 공연하는 모습들 그런 것들을 그냥 찾아서 봐요. 정말 일차원적으로. 근데 넌 뭐하고 있냐? 왜 가만히 있어? 근데 저는 그 비교하는 게 저한테는 굉장히 좋게 작용이 되는 것 같아요. 그건 말 못하죠. 그건 말 못하죠. 일단 저는 굉장히 저한테 대한 기대가 많이 커요.
I know
저에
that
대한 확신이
feeling.
있는 사람이기 때문에 그렇게 기대를 계속 하고 있는 것 같아요. 제가 얼마나 할 수 있는지, 얼만큼 더 잘할 수 있는지, 남들이 주위에서 어떻게 판단을 하고 어떻게 저를 보든 어쨌든 가장 가까이서 저를 경험하고 보고 있고 느끼고 있는 거는 어쨌든 제 자신이거든요. 그것 때문에 저는 벌써 기대가 돼요. 빨리 증명해내고 싶어요. 빨리 보여드리고 싶어요. 제가 갖고 있는 그 이상의 어떤 것들을. Yeah.
We're pretty similar in that we're both really free thinkers, like really big thinkers, I think. So we both have the feeling of wanting to achieve something greater, and we both are not really satisfied with where we are right now, but we still have those big expectations of ourselves because we know that we're gonna get there. We have that confidence in ourselves that we're gonna get there. Just, we're not that, I'm just assuming here, but like it sounded, he's also like me, not the most, how do you say that, geduldig person. We're gonna go to the next one, which is Pew's one. My maybe bias wrecker soon. I really am close to having him as my bias wrecker.
You take one action.
Q.
생각이 너무 많아서 저도 힘든 편이에요. 제 자신이 안 하려고 하는데 마음은 안 하려고요. 근데 머리는 하고 있더라고요. 솔직해지려고 노력하는 편이에요. 왜냐면 원래는 이제 너무 솔직하면은 사실 피해주는 것도 많고 모든 사람이 다 솔직해지면은 주변 사람들이 힘들 것 같아서 뭔가 내가 참으면 괜찮겠지라고 했지만 지금은 조금 솔직해져서
Yeah, he's more like me in talking honest. Like, I want to be more honest, but I'm also more of a people's pleaser.
진짜 완전 딥한
Especially with my close friends, I just don't want to ruin anything, so I tend to put myself back. So we're really similar in that position.
참 바보 같은 게 힘들다는 걸 알아요. 저 힘들다는 거 알고 그렇게 하면 안 좋다는 거 알지만 모르겠어요. 이게 왜 그러는지. 없는 것보다 제가 안 하죠. 왜냐면 상대방도 힘들어질까 봐. 그런 거 있잖아요. 힘든 거 얘기해주면 같이 뭔가 처지는 느낌? 가끔은
But that's totally the wrong way of thinking. When you struggle, you have to talk to someone.
항상 밝은 건 아니지만 그래도
you have to let it out, you know.
근데 우울해요.
It's just the wrong way of... I also think the same way. I'm also like, no, I don't want to burden someone. I don't want to be, again, the one who brings the other person down too.
퓨의 행복이란 굉장히 저한테는 정말 어려운 단어. 행복은.
But that's like the number one rule to get out of your sadness, of your depression, is to talk and share in some way.
저는 그래도 희망이 있어요. 저는 희망이 없다면 살아갈 수 없다 생각하기 때문에 희망은 굉장히 구름 같은 느낌이잖아요. 뭔지 아시죠? 그래서 계속 노력하고 잘하려고 하는 것 같아요. 희망 때문에. 궁금하다. 어떻게 나올지. 뭐 재밌을 것 같아. 아닌가?
I think because he has some dark moments or some dark sides, when he smiles, it's even brighter. We have also a similar trait of, pleasing the people around us more and putting us a little more back, especially when it comes to struggles, which I had to learn the hard way is the wrong way, so not share your struggles. I know where he's coming from, and I still have to work on that to share stuff. So we have that really similar. Next up, we got Jacob.
Jacob, take what?
Anger. When it comes to anger, it doesn't really fit well with my image, my personality. I tend to just keep everything into myself. I don't know. I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if that's right.
It's not really healthy.
I just think about, okay, I have to say this, I have to say that, and I think of 10 to 20 scenarios on how to play this out, but then I don't. I just
Oh my
stay calm.
god.
I don't think
That's literally
anger is always bad, not always negative. There could be positivity coming out of anger because if there's someone who made a mistake and it's someone you care about, you can get angry at them and let them know that they were wrong. Of course, happy times I can be there for them, but I also want to be there for them when they need someone to give them advice, give them constructive feedback. I don't want to be seen as just a kind person who's just always smiling, who's always laughing.
You
So I
could,
feel
that's like
if that's all I am to
I
others,
really feel for them
I feel
having the
like it's
pressure
maybe
of
too
always
much of
having
an
that
impact 'cause
happy persona
very
and
limited.
not feeling like they are
when I have to
have
get
the
angry,
right
I
to
wanna
be
get
human
angry.
beings and also be sad, also be
It's
mad
difficult.
and all
What I
that.
want to portray to others,
But they
people
just
around
have
me
to
is
know
that,
that
yes, I'm a
we
positive
get it.
person,
You guys are also
but
human beings. You can
to be honest,
have all those
when it comes to
emotions too.
myself, I don't think I'm very positive. I think of mistakes. I think of worries. A lot of negative things. I'd say happy for most. Even if I'm negative to myself, it's because I want to, I guess, just improve and just find ways to become better. Of course, it's not 24 hours a day, but for the most part, happy. Whatever situation, I'm always trying to fix it myself. Honestly, that's for me to fix, that's for me to deal with, not for others to have to carry while they're carrying their own burden. So, but if you have burdens, you can let me know. I can try to carry some of yours, because that's honestly what I want to be able to do for others. Want to be angry, Jacob? Yes.
Also him, he's also the same way of like he doesn't want to burden other people, but he's open to take burden from other people. So he's basically mounting his own thing up and not letting out, which I think is not healthy, and I had to realize in a hard way is not healthy. I was the same way. I was like, I never talked to anybody, but was always open for someone who was struggling to listen and maybe give advice, even though I was struggling myself. Just let it out. I know that's like the image that, for especially the K-pop industry, wants to send out the world, that they're like this perfect, no, not perfect, but you know, those human beings who have it so well and so good that they're always smiling. I think it was worse a few years back. Now I think everyone is starting to get that they're humans too, and that they have angry moments, that they have, you know, sad moments, that they also do mistakes, that they, you know, aren't robots that are just smiling all the time. So I get you, Jacob. Just, you know, let it out. I think the whole fandom won't be mad at you if you let it out. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. So next up, we have Young Hyun's identity film.
영훈 take one. 오.
That was snappy.
저를 나타낸 감정. 질투가 없는 편은 아닌 것 같아요. 저는 질투가 없다고 생각하는데 그렇게 많지 않다 생각하거든요. 근데 주위 사람들 말을 들어보면은 질투가 있다고 하더라고요. 내 것을 가져갔을 때 이거 말하기가 참 어렵네요. 내가 좋아하는 것, 뭔가 내가 아끼는 그런 것을, 그런 걸 누군가가
가져갔을 때 다른 사람이 하고 있을 때 대신 그럴 때 살짝 질투심을 느끼는 것
Yeah,
같아요.
that's also one of my weak points.
해보겠습니다. 이렇게 뭔가 하는 것도 되게 웃기다. 무표정인 것 같은데 처음 만나는 사람들마다 나중에 친해지면 하는 말이 처음 만났을 때 너 화난 줄 알았다고 이렇게 말을 하더라고. 그래서
Cold expression, yeah.
웃으려고 해요. 안녕하세요. 이런 식으로. 보통 불같이 질투를 한다고 하잖아요. 근데 저는 질투를 할 때 좀 차가워져요. 뭔가 다른 사람들은 이렇게 화를 낼 수도 있지만 차가워지려고 하는 것 같아요. 냉정하게 생각하려고. 근데 이게 질투라기보다는 살짝 속상함 그런 걸 말하는 건데, 그러니까 뭔가 잘못된 것 같으면은 그냥 그 사람을 따로 불러서 조용히 말해요. 아까 너가 한 거는 잘못된 것 같다. 나도 내가 고쳐야 될 점은 있는 것 같으니까 서로 잘하자. 근데 이렇게 말하면은 모든 사람이 다 그냥 그런 것 같았다. 나도 잘못했던 것 같다. 이런 식으로 말을 해주더라고요. 처음부터 내가 화를 내면서 들어가면은 당연히 그 사람도 기분 나쁘고.
You know, they argue aggressively back. It just gets worse.
터지긴 하더라고요. 근데 생각을 해보니까 감정이.
Of course, when you stay distant and cold when something happens that you don't like, you bundle that up, and then one little thing can like make you explode. I had some moments like that too, when I kept everything inside and then just one little thing just, yeah. Yeah, screaming into the pillow, 101.
나는 나를 몰랐으니까.
That Justin Bieber song at the end playing, okay. I get him very well. For me, like I can relate especially to feeling a lot of jealousy when my role gets replaced. That's why I'm that motivated and that confident in myself that I can keep going, is because I get really fast jealous and insecure when I feel like my role in a group or anything is threatened. And I think we're similar in that one, so I get him really well. So next up is Kevin.
Kevin? Hey, what?
Kevin.
Oh!
Cute.
Sadly, the people don't know. It's a very good question. I see myself as a person that fails to express myself 100% all the time. But at the same time, I think I'm an open
I get that feeling.
I don't think there's a side that people don't know about me, but I think just the overall image that people have of me, it's the happy-go-lucky guy who tries to see the best in every situation, which is not necessarily true. My true self, I'm not a happy guy, but I'm not a sad guy. I'm a why guy. Why am I feeling this way? Why is that person like that? Why did things happen like that?
A thinker. Yeah.
So I guess I have
deep
lots of thoughts in that
thinker
sense.
and ask
I
a lot
get
of
depressed when
questions of,
I'm
stuff.
not busy. So when I'm alone with my thoughts,
I get depressed. Yeah.
I tend to overthink things.
Yes, overthinking.
I mentioned earlier that I'm a why guy, and in
That's
those
exactly
depressed
those.
times, I start to ask why.
Too deep. You go
No.
too deep into that rabbit hole. I know
like
that.
to hide things from people. I can't lie. I suck at lying. But
Wow.
when I'm with people, I find myself pretending to be a version of myself that I think that the other person wants me to be.
You have a
That
mask
kinda
on yourself.
gives me
I know that feeling
little bit
really
of
well.
Daily stress. There's no word for this in English, but 눈치 보인다. In real time, when I'm having conversations with people, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what should I do? What should I not do? And that ends up me not being able to make deep relationships with many people, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. I think that's okay.
But that's okay.
In the long run, it will be a good life lesson. And I think the moment that I stop pretending will be the moment where I've accepting
Mm.
myself.
Wow,
Hopefully
I
someday
relate to him a lot. Like, a lot.
my dream is to inspire other people. Total cliche, I know, but inspire other people in terms
Mm.
of like personality wise. I
Mhm.
want to inspire people to
That is
know that it's okay not to be okay.
Mhm. Cute. That smile at the end was cute. Yeah, wow. Okay, I relate to him a lot. I think the most till now from all, like every sentence that he said, I felt to or am going through and try to, do too. I always feel like when I'm with people, I have a mask on. And when I get home, I take that mask off and feel not satisfied because the connection that I made with all the people wasn't really with my true self. And I started now to pick up to take off the pieces one by one when I'm with friends, and I had to make painful realizations that as soon as I started to take off some pieces of that mask, some friends weren't that open to see what my real self was. I really identify with everything he said right there, so that hit right home. The next one is Eric.
Eric, take one.
He's doing it himself.
사람들이요.
Was it his idea to
에너지
do it?
넘치고 말 많고 시끄럽고 장난꾸러기 말 안 듣는 애 맞습니다. 다 맞아요.
He has a strong personality. You can feel it right away. Especially the contrast of him and Kevin. It's right. He's like right there, while Kevin was more calm.
느낄까봐 저는 그게 무서워. 내가 알던 영재는 이런 애가 아니었구나. 다 거짓이었던가 지금까지 보여줬던 에릭과 영재가 그건 거짓이 아니거든요. 진짜 제가 맞아요. 말이 엄청 많고 보다시피 되게 밝아요. 성격 자체도. 근데 마냥 그렇지만은 않다는 거죠. 한편으로는 되게 예민해요. 되게 잠잘 때는 진짜 하나도 안 예민해요. 불을 켜놓고 누가 시끄럽게 영화를 틀어놔도 저는 한 1분이면 잠들 수 있고 절대 안 깨요. 그런 면에서는 예민하지 않은데 갖고 있는 생각,
I'm also a pretty deep sleeper.
뭐
When I want to sleep, I sleep.
되게 예민해요. 그래서 고집도 좀 세고 생각이 정말 많아요. 걱정도 많고. 근데 사람들은 그러더라고요. 제가 하는 걱정들의 반 이상은 다 쓸데없는 걱정이다. 걱정하는 게 걱정이다, 영재야. 그렇게 말을 많이 해서 요새는 그냥 생각을 안 하고 흐름대로 go with the flow 이러죠. 그렇게 살아가려고 노력하지
That's a good mentality.
않지만
You know, a
제
path.
자신보다
Life has ups and downs. It just isn't always happy. If it would be always happy, you wouldn't feel happiness anymore. You know what I mean? It's just always high and you wouldn't understand that feeling. You would take it for granted. So that's a good mantra going by your life.
내가 주는 만큼의 그 관심을 나한테 안 주면 뭔가 조금
Everyone feels sad in that moment, of course.
그 사람이 먼저 관심을 가져달라고 부탁을 한 것도 아닌데 어떻게 보면 내가 좋아서 그 상대방한테 갖는 관심을 그만큼 내가 못 받으면 내가 서운하게 되고 이런 게 반복적으로 좀 많이 생길 때마다 되게 깊은 생각에 되게 잠기는 것 같아요. 저의 장점
breaks your confidence if
이 세상에는 솔직히 잘하는 사람들이 너무너무 많잖아요. 근데 그 중에서 제가 손에 꼽히거나 그게 훌륭한 사람이 아니잖아요. 뭔가 그쪽으로 뭔가 한 발 한 발 더 가까워지는 그런 성장하는 모습을 보여드릴 수 있는 그런 가능성이 제 장점이라고 생각을 해요. 정말 신선했어요. 다는 아니지만
I think those sessions that they did right there, those, films right now, those interviews right here, I think it's really therapeutic too in a way because they finally get to, talk some of their thoughts out in some way. And I think that's a really dope idea. And I think I heard that the boys did this all by themselves. So that's really cool. And it just, you know, now again, I related to some of his thoughts, and some of the thoughts till now are also similar in the group. It just brings them even closer, them opening up in that way and showing and saying that they're not always the way they show themselves, that there's other layers to them. I really like it. I'm just gonna continue, even though this is gonna be a really long video. The next one we have is Joakyun. I'm so sorry, this name is really long.
학년 take one.
Hanyeon. Oh wow, that's totally different.
에너지 그리고
Hanyeon. Oh, okay.
막 이렇게 화낼 때는 막 진짜 이렇게 모르겠어. 빨리 잘 돼야지 라는 생각 굉장히 많이 해요.
Want to
빌보드
be topping the billboard charts. Nice
그래도
goal.
가수를 했으면
Mm-hmm.
빌보드 1위는 해봐야 되지 않을까. 제 자신감 하나는 네, 지지 않나요.
Yeah, I can feel it. It's also
자만은 딱
it's also
거기까지는
different. The other ones were.
거기까지
This is really bright, a lot brighter than the other
근데
ones till now.
자신감이라는 거는 그거 자체를 이제 에너지, 동력으로 써서 더 높은 곳, 더 높이, 멀리 갈 수 있는 그런 것 같아요. 성격은 일단은 친화력이 굉장히 좋고요.
I can tell. He's
심식 같을 때
he really feels like an extrovert, and the
굉장히
confidence
진짜
oozes basically just out.
짱 많아요, 저. 그때 이제 또래를
I'm very loved by rappers.
아직 한다고. 그리고 활말.
Oh, I do late jokes too.
솔직한
That's
가장 큰것 같아요.
he really is like that one side I just told you, that clown side that I have of me, of doing some really lame jokes just to make everyone around me laugh.
이런 스타일입니다. 원래 솔직했어요.
He's really that part of me.
확실하고 맞으면 맞고 아니면 아닌 것 같은 느낌. 근데 좋은 점만 있는 건 좀 아닌 것 같고 눈치를 못 보니까
That would be useful in some moments to be a mind reader. In some moments not. It would just make it worse. Probably.
필요할 것 같아요. 생각보다 여려요.
Tender-hearted.
뭔가
Mm.
겉보기에는 그 밝고 자신감 있는
Yeah, it's also kind of a mask. Same with me.
조금만
Not saying that he's not confident, but you know, it just
많이 힘들어요.
is a
성격적으로요.
self-defense mechanism.
항상 장점만
Kind of,
가지고
you know,
산다는 거가
If you come off really confident, no one's gonna break that really fast.
마냥 좋은 거라고 하기보다는 좀 많은 생각이 들게 하죠. 나도 솔직한 게 좋긴 한데 좀 눈치도 봐야 되고 이런
That's also a struggle of,
혼란
you know,
온다고 하는 거.
like I said,
한
yeah, I feel him.
솔직했고 5%
I feel that. That smile, like a school photo. That was so funny. Okay, yeah, he represents that one side that I told you, that kind of mask for me, that, you know, confident school clown kind of mask that I have sometimes, or that side of me, because it is a side of me that I just use more if I get to know people. He has the same vibe of that, of, you know, that masking, but you feel that there's more behind that, but he's still staying behind that because he feels comfortable behind that. So that's really cool. And there's one thing other that I wanted to say, but I just forgot it now. Let's go to the next one. We have Sangyeon.
상현 take one.
Ooh.
오 이거 은근 어려운데 저는 한 단어로 표현하면 이렇게 좀 조금만 생각 좀 해볼게요. 그냥 젠틀, 뭐 제 성격이 젠틀한 것 같아요.
He seems like a calm person, a really calm
목소리나
person.
생긴거나 젠틀하게 생겨서 네. 젠틀? 이 정도는 자존감이 높게 말한 건 아닌데 사실 네, 더 많은 단어가 있는데 사실 조금 낮춰서 말한 게 젠틀. 되게 재밌는 형? 뭐 애들 말로는
되게 든든하고 믿음직스러운
I think that comes from being the leader of so many people
근데 저는 그렇게
and being the oldest to having that calmness
좀
about
아무렇지
you.
않다. 그러니까 좀 별거 아니다 이런 거는 그냥 흘러가는데 그냥 심플하죠. 저 되게
And you will start appreciating
부정적인
the simple
순간
things
생각
too,
많아지고
because you have so much other responsibility.
좀 줄어드는 느낌. 부정적인 생각하는. 이왕이면 긍정적으로 하는 게 제 정신 건강에도 좋고 또 심지어 긍정적이게 해야지 하나씩 더 잘 되더라고요. 바게트 같은 그런 사람. 바게트가 겉에는 딱딱한데 속에는 되게 부드러운 빵들 있잖아요. 약간 그런 느낌. 제가 겉은 조금 뭐 차갑거나 뭐 딱딱해 보여도 생각해보고 얘기를 나눠보면은 약간 따뜻한. Yes.
Yeah, that smile already sends so much warmth.
그런 말 안 들어요.
Kind of cheesy, just already the whole paragraph that he said before that, the bucket thing.
이해하셨을 것 같은데
But I'm cheesy too, so.
바게트 이렇게 길잖아요. 둥글고 빵입니다. 바게트예요. 꼬미나 포부. 저는 일단 저희 팀이 잘 되는 게 목표고. 근데 진짜 다 가장 큰 건 진짜 우리 더보이즈 잘 되는 거. 잘 되자.
You guys
잘하자.
will be, you're already successful, but you guys, after Road to Kingdom, they're gonna be
일단은
another level.
음악
Definitely.
순위 차트에서도 쉽게 찾아볼 수 있고 모두가 연령대별로 다 알 수 있는 그런 팀. 올해 안에 좀 그렇게 알려줄까요? 좀 욕심인가? 욕심일 수 있는데 좀 그렇게.
No, that's ambitious, not greedy.
제 목표예요.
Ambitiousness is important as a leader. Because if you don't have like a goal, especially an ambitious goal, where do you want to lead your group to? So that's definitely not greedy, that's just being ambitious as a leader, being a leader. So he has that calm, grown-up feeling. The other one felt a little more chaotic, a little more like, oh, I don't know. And he really right away oozes that calmness, that, you know, simpleness, that, like he said, I just think positive, and that's how positive things are coming. I think all in all he has such a positive view of everything, and that's why he has that calmness and smiliness to him, that cheesiness to him. Second to last, we have New.
You take one. 되게 나에 대해 설명하려고 하니까 되게 민망하다. 특별한 사람이라고 생각을 하고 그럼에도 불구하고 굉장히 예민한 사람.
He has, yeah, already in the film I said it, he's really a sensitive person, a really snuggly person.
많이 가겠고 되게 상황에 대한 영향도 많이 받고
Same.
좀 짜잘짜잘한 것들에
Same.
많이 연연해해요 제가. 일반적으로
It doesn't even have to impact me. It can be anything happening in the world, and my mood changes only from
이렇게
that.
예민하다고 표현하는 건
So I relate to that a lot.
날 냅둬 뭐 나한테 이렇게 하지 마 이런 말이 아니라 그냥 저는 그런 사람이다 오해하지 말아달라 라는 거예요. 아 표현 안 하죠. 안 하려고 하죠. 대체적으로 만약에 표현을 다 하면 되게 못 있을 것 같아요. 그리고 그런 나를 상상을 하면 되게 매력적이지 않을 것 같아요. 내가 봐도 그냥 뭐 더보이즈 유루서가 아니라 그냥 사람으로서 어떤 사람이든 뭐 누구나 자기 감정을 숨기고 사는 거잖아요. 그럼 좋죠. 근데 저는 특히나 더 숨긴다고 생각을 하십니다. 근데 물론 티가 날 수도 있어요. 가끔 아주 가끔 좀 이해하고 봐주세요. 제가 그 사람을 어떻게 생각하는지보다 남이 저를 어떻게 생각하는지가 더 중요해요. 근데 나쁜 거라고 생각 안 해요. 뭔가 나를 발전시킬 수 있는 거고 또 이만큼 성장해온 게 그렇게 생각이 많았다는 이유가 될 수 있을 것 같아요. 어떤 사람
Yeah, to grow, you need reflecting. You need to reflect on yourself. Think about yourself.
좋은 영향을 많이 주는 사람. 그냥 평범한 걸 얘가 했을 때 뭔가 더 특별해 보이고 더 좋아 보이고 뭔가 따라하고 싶게 만드는 그런 거. 그리고 얘가 해서 뭔가 이해가 된다. 얘는 그럴 수 있을 것 같아. 라는 거. 지금 저에게 필요한 한 가지는 많지만 해피. 뭔가 물론 행복이 있지만 불행한 건 아니지만 절대 믿고 계속 갈 수 있는 행복. 행복이 없다는 건 아니에요 절대. 저 불행한 사람이라는 건 아닌데 저는 어쩌면 행복한 사람일 텐데 약간 이런 거지. 내가 지금 너무 기분이 안 좋은데 이 행복을 꺼내보는 거야.
I think happiness in itself is really interesting.
그래 맞아 나 행복했었지.
Because even though you can be happy and understand that you're happy, you still thrive for that consistent happiness like he is. And I get that a lot. I understand where he's coming from. It's really hard. I don't know if there's any way that you can achieve happiness that you can rely on. I know there are gonna be really a lot of opinions and a lot of people being like, yeah, you have to do that and you'll be happy and that. But you know, it depends on person to person, and what maybe makes you happy doesn't make another person happy. Maybe even makes another person sad. So that's a really ambitious goal to find that. But hey, if you found that, let me know new. I want to know how you found it, what your way of happiness was. We're on the last film, which is Julian. We're just gonna dive right in because the video is already way too long. One sentence.
이거 진짜 어려운데. 한 문장으로 표현하자면 23살 이주연. 사람들이 저를 볼 때 순수하고 착하고 그런 모습들을 많이 봐주시는 것 같은데
Interesting.
저를 좀 착하다고 생각하는 것 같아요. 착하다는 기준도 솔직히 생각해보니까 애매하기도 하고
He has a really
착한 부분이 있는 것 같아요.
deep
저가 부르는
but
저는
not big volume voice.
시니컬 할 때도 있고
It's really interesting.
그냥 착하다라는 게 아주 좋은 거죠. 제가 나쁘다는 건 아니고 예를 들어서 누가 어떤
Just
사람이
isn't as interesting,
어때?
right?
물어보면 어떡해?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, okay.
사실 좀 별로인 것 같아서
Yeah, because it
그냥
sounds
착하게만
pretty
하면
bland. I get that.
파도 계속 매력이나 이제 다른 새로운 모습들이 나오는 사람이고 싶은데 잘 모르겠어요. 다른 사람 시선을 신경 쓰지 말자 이 정도. 그러면 이제 자연스럽게 저의 모습이 드러나니까. 이런 게 진짜 어렵다. 그러니까 너는 어떤 사람이 이런 거 물어보는 게 진짜. 근데 그렇다고 제가 뭐 나쁜 모습 보여주고 싶어 이거는 그냥 줏대가 없어요. 제 줏대가 없어요. 특히 저에 대해서 얘기할 때 잘 모르겠어요. 솔직히 말해서 제가 제일 부끄러울 때 여러 가지가 있는데 하나는 이제 방송에서나 이제 사람들에게 보여주는 모습이 내가 아닐 때 좀 다른 내가 아니라 좀 만들어진다 이거나 그냥 제가 아닌데 그런 척 하고 있는 저도 그렇고 좀 그럴 때
Yeah, that's basically what they're trained for, right? To have that persona for TV or other things.
주연 is not such a good boy. 또 느꼈어요? 다시 주연 is not such a good boy.
You can't anymore. That sentence. So I really get what Junhyun wanted to say with he's not really a good boy, because like he's explained, you know, when you ask about someone and be like, yeah, how is this person, especially when you're interested in dating that person, and you just hear them say, "Oh, yeah, that person is really good. He's okay." It kind of sounds like that. It's really bland and doesn't have any flavor in it. So you don't want to be represented as a good person, even though that's a good thing. So I get that really well, but you don't want to be a bad person, because bad comes also other problems, basically. So you want to have something else that describes you, and not good. Like I said, in the middle of reacting to those films, I really like this concept. It really brings you closer to the boys, really, like, it feels a lot more intimate too. I really liked it, and it was really helpful. And it was a kind of a little bit long now at the end, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this, and wait for part 3 to come out, because that's when we start diving into the music videos. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, be safe, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.